What's going on, guys? Austin Zaback here with another video. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. We're talking about how to invest if you're a beginner, okay? Now, there's a lot of content on YouTube. There's a lot of different creators out there that are talking about investing in everything from cryptocurrency to the stock market to real estate to, investing in an index fund and a 401k and everything in between. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I believe that we're going to be covering some very good information today. So if you're watching the video, that means that you're interested in investing, right? You want to invest your money. Somewhere along the way, you realized that in order to truly become, wealthy or, rich or whatever you want to call it, or really just to, make more money, right? To have your money work for you and to ultimately put yourself ahead of the rest of the world's population, you obviously have to invest, right? And interestingly enough, 44% of Gen Z are not investing, okay? Now, that is probably due to the fact that they don't know where to begin, they don't know where to start, and therefore, they just don't do it. So look, the reality is, I've actually been in your shoes. I've been 18 years old, 19, 20, 21, 22, and I've done it the wrong way. I've not done it at all, and I've done it the right way. I spent a lot of years actually avoiding investing. I got good at making money, right? But I never really invested my money. Like, I never had my money working for me. And, my mentor told me a long time ago, he said, Austin, the reality of it is the wealthy people in the world, their money works for them. They don't work for their money, right? Now, obviously, at some point, you have to work for your money to get your money to work for you, okay? But the reality of it is you've got to learn the fundamentals of investing if you want to start investing. And it took me many years, and that is why I wanted to make the video today. Okay, step number one is going to be really boring. You're not going to love it, but I promise you it will get better. And that is to set a budget, right? And nobody likes to set a budget, including myself, right? I feel like we just don't want to even look at what we spend half the time, right? We're almost like scared to look at how much money we actually spend. And a lot of our credit card companies nowadays and our bank accounts and our credit unions and things of that nature, if you log into your app on your phone or if you log into your back office on your desktop, a lot of times they'll actually show you your monthly spending report and they'll actually break down the different categories of what you're spending in what particular category. And for some reason, a lot of us don't look at that, right? And I can probably guess a couple of the reasons as to why we don't look at it all the time. And that is because I believe that we're scared to look at it, right? We don't even want to know where our money is going half the time. But in order to really put yourself in a position to invest, we have to understand what we're spending and we have to set a budget. What we want to understand is plain and simple. If you eventually want to become wealthy, you want to make more money, you want your money to work for you, you've got to live on significantly less than you make, right? And we've heard and we've seen the Warren Buffetts of the world, we've seen the Ray Dalios, we've heard all the stories, right? Warren Buffett driving the same car, living in the same house, right? He's worth, $80 billion or whatever he's worth nowadays. And, you see and you hear that, hey, we have to spend less than we make. 40% of Americans that make over $100,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck, which, in my opinion, tells me that Americans spend way too much money. And that number is actually trending up because back in December, it was actually 61% of people that make over 100 grand a year living paycheck to paycheck. And 12% of those people are actually struggling to pay their bills. So again, as an American, right, we live in a world where we always are wanting what we can't have. We're spending more than we make to impress people that we don't even like, that don't like us. And that's just the world we live in, right? We're trying to always keep up with the Joneses. But if every time you get paid, you're constantly buying a new car, buying a new watch, buying new clothes, new jewelry, a new bag, going to the movies, and you're constantly doing whatever it is that you're doing, then how can you ever possibly take enough money to put it aside to actually invest so that eventually your money can work for you? The second thing that you have to do is you've got to get started as early as you possibly can. So the younger that you are watching this video right now, the better off you are. Now, that does not mean if you're 30 or 40 or 50 watching the video that it's too too late and you can't get started and you missed the boat, right? And there's no way you can ever be a millionaire or you can ever have your money work for you. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is the younger that you are and the younger that you get started and get these good habits in place and you actually put your money into the market, the longer that money can actually sit in the market where you're adding to the principal every single week, every month, every year, and then you have compound interest over a longer period of time, generating you more money on your money. It's kind of like the concept of the penny doubled every day. And we've all heard it, and maybe you haven't. Somebody asked me, they said, Austin, would you rather have $1 million right now in cash, or would you rather have a penny doubled every day for 30 days, okay? Now, the penny doubled every day on day 15 is $163.84, okay? So you can tell by day 15, we haven't made a ton of money, okay? But by day 30 is $5,368,709.12. So as you can tell, from day 15 to day 30, we went from $163 to $5.3 million. Now that is called the compound effect. So while we're talking about getting started investing young, let me give you a couple of different examples. So example number one, you start investing when you're 20 years old, right? You contribute $500 to start and $100 every single month thereafter with a 10% annual interest rate, okay? Compounded over 40 years, because let's just say you start at 20 and you would do that every single month on the month until you're 60 years old. By the time you're 60 years old, you will have made $553,740.09, okay? Now, let's take that same exact scenario, right? You invested $500, but you started when you're 40 years old. $100 a month. You were only able to do it for 20 years though, instead of 40. And so basically at the age of 60 in both scenarios, you stopped investing. By the time you're 60 years old, assuming you started at 40 with all of the same data that we just talked about, you only have made $72,000. So that additional 20 years made you over $475,000 more just by getting started earlier. The bottom line is time is your biggest ally when it comes to investing into the market, right? And it doesn't matter what you're investing in. It doesn't matter if you're investing into the real estate market, into the stock market, into the cryptocurrency market, or really any market for that matter. We know that history will always repeat itself. The market will definitely trend up and down. It will look like a roller coaster, but over the long haul, over the course of 10, 20, 30, or 40 years, the market has always trended up and history will most likely repeat itself. So the sooner you get started, the more money you can make in the market. The third thing you should do if you're a brand new investor and you're a beginner looking to figure out where you should actually get started is I would start to go ahead and dive in really easy with apps like Acorns, okay? Now, I'm not associated with Acorns in any way, shape, or form, and they're not paying me to say that, okay? But I do believe that there are good apps like Acorns that will actually teach you the fundamentals of actually investing, make it very easy for you, and almost kind of gamify it a little bit to where you're having a little bit of fun doing it, right? And you will then go ahead and learn and understand what it's like to invest into the market, and you can go ahead and you can evolve from there, and you can start doing different things and investing even more money. Acorns will actually round up every time you make a purchase, and it's called the roundup feature, and it will invest all of your spare change. So if you go and you spend $4.25 at the gas station, they'll take 75 cents and they'll go ahead and invest that into a portfolio that is well diversified, okay? It is definitely an app that I would look into. Again, I do think it is a phenomenal way for a beginning investor to learn kind of what it feels like to go ahead and take their money and invest it into the market. What I love about Acorns in particular is basically anybody can go ahead and get started. It doesn't cost any money to actually open the account. And in order to start investing, I think you have to have something like around $5, okay? Which I would hope if you're watching the video, you have access to at least $5. Otherwise, really, you shouldn't be investing anyways. And you should go ahead and you should smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm before you click off the video and go learn how to make money. Then come back to the video, comment down below, and you will be ready to start investing. Another cool thing about Acorns, if you are brand new to the stock market, the S&P 500, and really just investing in general, is you don't actually have to pick and choose what stocks you're going to invest in. They have over 7,000 different stocks, and you will actually have your money completely diversified, and they will go ahead and reinvest your dividends as well as you get paid out dividends each quarter or each month, depending on what stocks you're actually invested in. So you don't have to be extremely intelligent or watch a million YouTube videos trying to figure out what stocks are going to hit it big, like Tesla, the next GameStop, or whatever other stock is going to hit it big, according to the Wall Street Bet. The fourth thing I would start doing right away, if you haven't already, is I would go ahead and open up a retirement account. Open up a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, and I think that having an IRA is actually really lucrative, and there's actually a lot of very lucrative things that you can do with a Roth or a traditional IRA down the road, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, but as you get more experienced as an investor, maybe you invest into real estate and things of that nature, there's some really cool things that you can do inside of your IRA down the road, like investing into real estate actually inside of a Roth IRA. And again, I'll save that for a future video. And if you're an employee working for an employer, then you should go back, or before you get your next job, you should talk to your employer about doing what they call a match to your IRA. And a lot of employers will actually match you, and they will invest or open an IRA account for you on your behalf. And it's a very lucrative way to take part of your paycheck and even have them match some of that money to basically go ahead and get started investing. And I think personally, if you have that option and you are an employee working for an employer, you should take that every single time because it is basically free money. There's actually also a ton of different tax benefits and things of that nature when you do start to invest your money, okay? So you do want to go ahead and look into that, and I'm not going to give you any tax advice, but I would highly encourage you to look into all of that, because as you make more money and you invest more money, you don't want to just give all of the profit that you make to the IRS. You want to start to figure out how you can actually take the money that you make either at your job, or if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, or you have a side hustle, and pay as little as you possibly can, in taxes, okay? Again, I would talk to your tax person, and in no way, shape, or form am I giving you tax advice, but definitely look into that because it is extremely lucrative and there's a lot of things that you can do there. So there you have it. Those are the top 4 things that I would do if you're brand new to investing. Now, I know that none of these are super, super exciting, like buying the next NFT or investing in that next, coin, that next cryptocurrency, that next altcoin, or whatever it might be, right? Or even, investing into real estate or Forex or whatever it is that you thought, right? But the reality of it is, if you're brand new to investing, you want to be really careful, because whatever money it is that you have to invest, what I always say is never invest $1 you're not willing to lose, right? And I see a lot of people that take their money and they invest it and they lose it, all or part of it, and they're very frustrated, they're very disappointed, they're discouraged, and the reality of it was, a lot of the times it was not money that they were able to lose. Like, they couldn't afford to actually. You have to understand that you are investing into the market, and the markets are all volatile to some degree, and they will go up and they will go down, and you can lose money anytime you invest. So make sure you understand that and get familiar with investing first. Get your money right? Create that budget. Really figure out how to make more money even. Maybe you should even watch one of my other videos on getting a side hustle and making additional income on the side. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income in 2022. So if you eventually want to be a millionaire and you only have 1 or 2 streams of income, now might be the time to look into getting another stream of income. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. My name is Austin Zaback. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to check out all my other content. Drop in the comment section down below if you have any questions. Then I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.